once you see Katy come in, maybe flag her or let me know as well too, and that'll be great. But hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Give us a big wave or throw a 5 in the chat. Welcome to our Champions Academy. It's an honor to have you guys here. If you're newer to this call, if you're newer to the family, welcome. I know Sandy Walters, this is her first academy. Becca Schreiner, her first academy. If you're within your first month, throw a 1 in the comments, or if you know your teammates newer and they're shy, throw them in the boat as well too. It's an honor to have you guys here with us. If we haven't met before, my name is James Zhang. It's an honor to be here with you. And this is a call that we are able to get some unique topics together and everything. And remember that the key to success really in this team, in the system, is following our system. So if you're brand new, homework, if you haven't yet launched your business, we have a 7-day social media launch. If you do, it will work for you. Most people are able to make enough where they can pay for their product. Many are able to make hundreds of dollars, some even more, even in their first week as well too. And that really is the cornerstone that's scaling this whole thing around the world. But on these calls, on these trainings, we're able to have some unique opportunities to meet with some cool people and to hear some amazing stories as well too. And today I have the absolute honor I'm introducing you to somebody that really has become a mentor. And here's some stats for everybody here. Did you guys know that if you find a good mentor, your odds of success increases by 500%? 500%. And what that means is this, is if you have a goal that takes 5 years, it can take 1 year. Who here would rather take 1 year to achieve your financial and your life goals rather than 5, right? Give me a wave or put a me in the comments below. And you have to be very mindful of who you look for in a mentor. And let me give you my short list of what I look for in a mentor. Like that's a word that's got some heavy weight. Many of you, by the way, are already mentors to others, and many of you will be in the very near future as well too. But what I've found is you have to choose correctly. And especially now in my position, I've been in this game for 16 years with the drops in this company for 13, 14 years. The reality is this, many times when you have ambition, you kind of outgrow the mentorship of some people sometimes, which is okay. So it's always nice to have a covering though. And to be honest, for many, many years, I kind of felt a little bit lonely because it's like, we got to like prop ourselves up type of a thing. And when I had a chance to meet Katy Holt-Larsen, I was so relieved and so grateful because for the first time in a long time, I can honestly say that I have found someone that I personally consider a mentor, a friend, a partner, an upline. She's who I go to for anything. Who here has somebody in your business, by the way, that you can go to and you can kind of be real with and you can vent to and you can ask questions and all that, right? It's super important. We all need a mentor. We all need to mentor others. It's like a river, right? You need to have a flow coming in and coming out. That's when you have a healthy environment. And Katy is that type of person. A little bit about Katy. She has an extensive history in our line of business. In fact, she is well known all throughout the profession. Her reputation precedes her. She's been a CEO. She's been a president. She's been an exec in multiple different places. But what I love and most about not just the title, though, is what I look for in a mentor or a couple of things. Number one, I look for someone that's had proven results. Right? It's kind of like if you go to the gym, you want to make sure if you want to get a 6-pack, let's say that's your goal, you probably don't want to sign up with a gym trainer that's got the keg going on. You know what I'm talking about? Have you seen a gym trainer before? And you're like, I think they should be the one getting trained, So I want somebody that's got results, right? Somebody that's done something. Number two, I'm also looking for somebody that has also been able to help others get results too. You see, there's some people that maybe they're really good themselves, but they're not able to teach or to duplicate that. Who here's ever met somebody that you just knew was a genius? They're amazing at what they do, but you're like, dang, I just can't copy them. Like, I don't even know like how that works. You want to make sure you can find somebody that can teach that and to duplicate that. And Katy is someone that absolutely does that. And here's the last thing for me. I look for somebody. If you find this, you find the treasure trove of mentors. Somebody that is also currently actively doing the thing that you're learning. And the big thing about Katy is I will be so honest. I think I'm a pretty hard worker, right? Who here feels you're a pretty hard worker? I think work ethic is important, but I have met my match when it comes to work ethic. This is a woman that is on almost 24/7. I don't know when she sleeps. She regularly messages me and other leaders at like 2 a.m. in the morning. She runs the world, literally, whether it's working with China or Australia or Europe or North America. And yet she still has a smile on her face and she still is able to have an amazing family. That's what I love most about Katy. If you ever want to see what is true success, it's not just making tons of money, making a big impact. While those are important, the biggest thing is this: how is your family life? Who here is not willing to sacrifice your family for anything else, right? If you ever see Katy and you see Katy with her awesome husband, Derek, you'll find him at many of our events behind the scenes. You will never know that he was somebody that has a lot of influence as well. But they're literally, they've been married for many years. They're like little kids. And I'm like, dang, I need to spark up and spike up my marriage and everything. So, with that said, that's who we have the honor of introducing to you guys today. And I can't wait. We're going to have a unique opportunity to be able to peer into and peek into some things. All right. So, with that, who here, by the way, has never met or heard from Katy before? Right. Put a me in the comments if that's you. And today we're going to have an opportunity to be able to glean some amazing future things from her and everything. All right. So with that said, I'm just kind of waiting on when she comes in, and I'm like scrolling through this and everything. Man, there's a lot of people here that have never met her. Okay. But yeah. So on that mentor note, though, those three things that I shared when it comes to a mentor, take that in mind yourself, right? She might have spoken Destin. She must have been there, Kristen. I think. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Tammy's waving. Yes, she did. Awesome. So think for yourself for a mentor. Number one, do you have somebody like that in your business, in your life? Right? Can you find someone? If not, that'd be my encouragement. By the way, we have a plethora of amazing mentors here and amazing leaders, and we all collaborate, right? But I'd encourage to really find a person or two that you can really confide in. All right. Each of us need all of us. The people that have mentorship are the ones that really grow super fast. Number two, here's a challenge for everyone too. This might be a scary question. Who here is willing to be a mentor to someone else? Right? Put a one in the comments if that's you. You're like, I'm willing to be a mentor. And I'll give you a secret. That is probably one of the fastest ways to actually grow your business in your life. Take the responsibility and say, I'm going to mentor someone else. I don't know who yet, but I will. And the best way to learn how to be a mentor is to learn from other amazing mentors as well too. So guys, we have the absolute honor of bringing on Miss Katy Holt-Larsen. Hello.
How are you? Oh my gosh, it's so good to see all of you. What an amazing team you have, James. I'm so happy to be with all of you today.
Thank you for spending your time with us. You're literally around the world. Where are you right now?
I'm in Colorado Springs today. So this is Brent Palmer's team. There's a Super Saturday going on. As you guys know, as you're on social media, you're seeing events happening all over the US, Canada, and all over the world, and virtual events just like this one. So it's so amazing to bring ourselves together. Here in Colorado Springs, today's a Super Saturday. So you guys know what that means. It's all about training, just like we're doing right now. So it's about bringing the knowledge back. It's about personal development, developing yourself, developing your team, just like James is talking about. So it's so much fun to be here with you guys today.
Oh my gosh, so grateful to have you. Thank you for
I'm in a
spending.
little, you guys know what it's like being on the road. I'm in a little hotel. I've got my lighting. It's all janky. You know what I mean? So, we make do when we're on the road, but it's all good.
You look super good for janky
Thank,
lighting, Katy. So I
thank
was just
you.
giving a little bit of background on how we met, and truly, like, I consider you our upline. And we just want to honor you. We just want to thank you because you don't have to do this. Like I was telling the team, it's so rare to find somebody that really outpaces your work ethic. And I consider myself a pretty high performer. When I hang out with you, I'm like, I need to step up my game. So thank you for just being a living, breathing example of business and life. So thank you for being here with us.
You're so welcome. I think when we're passionate about what we do, um, the passion comes through. I was actually just talking to Darren about this yesterday because one thing I love about Partner Co is our work ethic. Like you've probably never met two founders who work harder. And I didn't know that, by the way. I didn't know that about them when I said yes to Partner Co. Um, but like James said, I am a crazy woman. I love what I do. I do work very, very hard. So when I got here and I saw how hard our founders work, I was like, oh my gosh, I have never met founders who lean in like they do. And I'll just tell you how many on this call are going to be on in the in you're going to Punta Cana with your team, right? So many of you I know are doing a Punta Cana trip with your team. Are some of you doing Punta Cana twice? Or have you made a choice? Okay, some of you are. So we're talking about Punta Cana. We're talking about events that are coming up. We have a couple of Discover Partner Co events in Utah this week. And so they're on the road continually. And when I talk to them, I'm like, okay, guys, you need some time with your family. So we're gonna carve this day out. You're gonna have, and they're always like, hey, don't worry about us. When we're at these events, we are here to be with the brand partners. We want to be listening, we want to be learning, we want to see what's working. We want to know them. And it's so rare. So we're just blessed. And so when you find something so amazing to be a part of, a community of like-minded people who want to get healthy, I mean, the great thing is, guess what? We get to bless our own lives through Partner Co. We get to level up our own health. We get to create a business where we get to work from home, have a side gig, have tax write-offs, and we get to be able to travel it's tax season, right? Some of you might have had to pay some taxes. You wish that, you would have bought that Suburban, right? For that tax write-off. But anyway, um, it's when you find a company like Partner Co, I can promise you it is rare. It's a gem. And so I was just saying to Darren, like, I'm so passionate about what I do. And I know this team is as well. It's one reason why I love James and Becky's team is you guys have so much passion and integrity and you work on yourselves. And then it's just fun. We just have so much fun together, right?
100%. Yes. Jet set it around the world, doing everything. And you talk about work ethic, and you haven't just talking about Darren and John on that topic, because these are two people that they don't have to work, like financially speaking, right? Like they're doing this for a legacy play. When we say built to last is one of our pillars, it's a big thing. But even this last year, do you know off the top of your head around how many days on the road were John and Darren?
I actually have that slide. I don't have it. It honestly was like 200. Something like honestly, or like maybe officially, I want to say 166, but I don't know if that's accurate, you guys, but somewhere around there. And this year it's even more. So like I look at their travel schedule and I'm like, oh my goodness, Darren was just in Asia and Europe for 2 months straight. He brought Kristen Decker with him, and Decker would do tennis camps around the world because he's into tennis, and so he would get trained in tennis, and his mom would teach him school, and then they would go out and see the cities, and then little Decker is in like all those meetings, like he's in taking notes.
Future CEO,
Future
100%.
CEO, that's exactly right. So yeah, they're on the road a lot.
Wow. Guys, I hope you really understand the gravity of that. Who here's ever been in a you've been around management of any type, leadership of any type, where they're kind of in the ivory tower and they're like barking orders. Like that's not how our executives are, our founders are. That's not how Katy is. They lead from the front. They're in closing calls. I mean, Katy, you were the first when we first connected with Lindsay and Cindy, the first person I connected to was you. And without you, we wouldn't be here. Like literally. So
Remember that? I
yeah.
I still I remember exactly where I was. I think it was a couple days before Thanksgiving. I was actually in San Diego, James, with my family.
Ah.
I remember exactly where I was when I took that call, and I was so impressed with them. James and Becky were like, "Can you please meet these people? They're amazing." And we knew it, didn't we? We knew immediately as we got to know them how phenomenal they were. And remember that call? That was a magical call. We're like, we have to get them in front of Darren and John immediately. because we got to get this magic going, right?
Yes, absolutely. So, by the way, tip guys, if you're not leveraging three-way confirmations for your business, that's the way to do it, especially for business builders, right? So, every one of us have people that we can do that with. So, Katy, I want to ask you a couple questions today. It's been 2 years plus, a little bit in Partner Code now. When you came in not knowing Darren and John. You weren't looking for a job. Guys, we have another interview, by the way, with Katy. You can definitely watch on our YouTube and stuff. But you met them, you loved them, you said, we need to do something. And then you did. So, really, 2 years later, what's been happening both in Partner Co from your perspective, but also in a network marketing perspective as a whole? Where are we even positioned relative to the rest of the profession? I know that's two big questions there. But
Yeah, I'll tackle a couple of perspectives maybe on that. One thing that we all have been seeing, so during COVID, network marketing, especially in the North America market, but around the world, this industry took a slight bump up. So if you were involved in companies during that time, people were looking especially for health and wellness products, right? So there definitely some companies took some bumps up during that time. What we have seen since then, and you're paying attention, you're plugged in, there's quite a few companies that have collapsed, that have gone into bankruptcy, that have consolidated, that have sold. And frankly, many times, and sometimes you guys are blessed because of that, because you'll find leaders who are looking for a new home. And we've also seen quite a few companies who have gone from a team building, from a full commissions payout, like we have at PartnerCo, paying you 8 different ways and paying you to build teams, but also paying you to sell product. Many companies said, you know what, we're struggling financially, so we're going to cut out that 40% that we pay, and we're going straight to just a one-level affiliate, a two-level affiliate. And so overnight, that business you have created is gone. It's one of the reasons that I love about PartnerCo is we have the Bill of Rights. So if we're going to make any changes to the compensation plan, it goes by our founders clubs around the world. But that definitely has been a change that we have seen. We've also seen in the industry is those companies that have gone to that one level affiliate, it has not been a success strategy.
wow.
Overall, it doesn't mean I love affiliate marketing, by the way. And I'm all about multiple streams of income. And so, but just the data is showing that the companies that drop to that one level, so I mean, Advocare is one of them. Like
Mm,
they had an amazing company for years and years and years, dropped to a one level several years ago, and they still have been in decline since then.
wow.
That's just one example. And Advocare was such a good company,
Hmm.
Rodan Fields is another one. They
Mm,
dropped their entire compensation plan and dropped to affiliate, and they're not having the robust growth like they projected. So we've also seen companies where private equity has come into play into ownership positions. And in the industry, that has not been a good play. Realistically, it's because those private equity firms do not understand our model. They don't understand the value of this relationship business. They don't understand the value of this channel. And so they come in and they see, hundreds of thousands of customers, and they think that they can just come in and like basically take over those customers and find ways to sell products, et cetera, right? And they're looking to squeeze that compensation plan. And so being able to have founders where you have John Wadsworth, who was himself a leader for over 25 years in the field. And I love that about our founders because in every conversation, John is always full circle thinking. He's thinking about every single one of you, the field, how this would affect you, how you will respond. And Darren is new to the industry, but he started his sushi grade tuna company where he started, working with small local fishermen and helping them gain income for their families. And so he himself understands that model and they both value it so much. So in the industry in general, what we're seeing is companies that are able to pay this. I mean, if that's your model, they're having more success. So it's exciting.
mm,
Um, Just a couple more things I wanted to say is one thing I love about Partner Co. We're only 2 years old, but we get to leverage bringing together these amazing 80 products, these assets from the last 20 years, and we get to start over. We're only 2 years old. So, as you all know, we're in momentum. The market in the US market is over 50 billion for network marketing. That's 50 Bs. And so we have so much to grow. The US market, Canada, we're in momentum. We both markets grew triple digits last year, which is absolutely phenomenal. Thank you to all of you. It's because of your hard work, your commitment, your passion. And and just it came out several months ago. Stuart Johnson with Direct Selling News came out and said there are 4 companies that are 200 million or greater in the US that are in momentum. That means they've grown over 25% this last year. Partner Co is one of those 4. So we're super proud. So again, that's $200 million companies, only 4 that is in momentum. And so super, and that's in the health and wellness, but in the product category versus services category. But we're so proud that we're one of those companies. Only 2 years in, we have some amazing momentum. I also wanted to share with you that the growth outside of this U.S. market and in the world at large is over $300 billion in this industry around the world. And thank goodness we have, 48 countries around the world where you can start to build a business. And that's what I love about Partner Co is because we all start in our own backyard, start with a neighbor, we start with our 5 people that we're going to go out and get started with. We start sharing some boxes of drops, sharing some advantage. Um, and then boom, someone sees our post from another state, and then you got a couple additional customers in another state, and then boom, that person shares it, and all of a sudden we get these comments like, "Are we in the UK? Hey, are we in some country in Europe? Are we in Germany?" And we are. I mean, that's what's amazing is we are. And so you're able to grow your business from your own home slowly. There's no reason to be anxious about it. There's no reason to overstretch yourself, but knowing that that's part of 10x in your vision, knowing that that's possible, it's phenomenal.
Wow. That's huge, guys. Did you hear that? Out of only 4 companies in North America, out of the biggest companies, we're the only one. So when people say, "Oh, is there something better?" I don't, it's hard to say if there is or not. By the way, I'm curious, just so Katy knows, who here's ever, if you've ever been involved in network marketing before Partner Co, put a 1 in the comments. If this is your first time in network marketing, put a 2 in the comments. Just curious on that. I know there's a lot of exposure and
Awesome. Yeah, we've got it. You guys have an experienced team. So
yeah,
and on this call,
yeah.
congratulations. You have so many.
Oh,
I'm seeing all these names, people I know and love. You guys,
yes.
you have such a good team.
Thank you, Katy. It's an honor to collaborate. So I'm curious. So, what do you think are some of the keystones then that have been leading to this massive growth in the company as a whole?
Well, okay, so number one, like we know the foundation. Like it's the reason all of you said yes. It's the reason I said yes. I mean, our products are amazing. And the fact that people can get results, if you couldn't stand behind the products and behind your own personal missions around health and wellness, we wouldn't have retention. We wouldn't have people out there sharing their stories. And the stories are what sell. So when people are able to share, I have this and now I have this, then guess what? People are willing to, they see the value. Of course, the compensation plan, the founders, we've talked about that. They're amazing. Another absolute key is our system of growth. So I actually was just talking to the lawyer of another company in this industry, and they are probably what? Probably 200 million. And he just was like, Katy, confidentially, like people are lost here. They're lost. They don't know what to do. They don't know where to go. And he's like, well, how is I felt really bad, to be honest. But I'm like, hey, who could we bring over? But I just said it's not the way.
Always recruiting.
I said, you know what? Our system of growth is part of our magic here. The fact that we have a phenomenal system that you guys have the ability to bring people into the business and you have a way to give them how are you going to launch them? What's their 7-day game plan? What's their 30-day game plan? What's their 90-day game plan? And you can, even if you're brand new, you have a system that you don't have to know it really well. You don't even have to have barely tried the products yourself, and you can take that system and leverage it. I'm telling you, it is something that differentiates us from so many other companies.
It's absolutely missing that's out there,
It
right? 'Cause
is,
a lot of cool
Jamie.
products and everything, but
It
systems.
is. It is. So lean into that and don't ever, why do we think as humans we have to recreate the wheel? Why do we think like, oh, I can do it better. I know more. We do. Somehow we have to like test it, don't we? But lean into it with your leaders and know that it will help you to duplicate so much faster.
So big. So, Katie, I know your time is short, but give us a glimpse of what you're excited about in the future of Partner Code now. We've gone through big hurdles. I would say year one is kind of like, getting everything together, cleaning things up. Year two was consolidating and starting to grow. Now in year three, things are starting to really coalesce. But what's in your
Right.
vision? Yeah.
So a couple like really key things that we're leaning into, C-level team. We're really working on that 5 and 10 year plan. It's super fun. I wish you guys could all come, with us in the boardroom. And innovation is absolutely critical at PartnerCo. So we know I mean, look what's going on in the world today. My goodness, right? Change is always afoot. So we're always looking at where we're going next and how we can continue to make this an incredibly compelling opportunity. But a couple things, technology, of course. How can we bring you technological solutions that's going to make your work easier? We all who incorporates AI probably every day in everything you do, right? Like, is anyone here going, what did I do without ChatGPT or all the other ones that we use? And so as a company, we're doing the same thing. Like we have already incorporated that into our forecasting, our data analysis, some of our tools. And so we're in the process of looking at how can we bring you tools that are smarter and embed that knowledge into it to make your job even easier. You're doing it yourself, you're finding those solutions, but we want to make sure we offer those. So that's part of the work we're doing right now. Excited about some things that are coming. Also, are working on our 5 and 10 year product roadmap. Super, super fun. Like amazing to look at all the ingredients and the science and nature and what we can be bringing to you next and next and next to continue to make to make your opportunities and your health even better.
Any
So
hints?
no hints, no hints. I'm not giving any hints, but this is why events is super important because PXP for sure in Dallas, we're going to be talking about both of these topics, launching some great things there, having some great speakers talking on these topics. And so you won't want to miss that for sure.
Perfect. Okay. So tech, products, anything else that we're focused on in the future?
Those are the two biggest things right now that we're working on. Of course, okay, so this is also one more thing I would say. Um, so we're just announcing right now that, well, let me back up. Sorry. We have several segments in North America with so many populations that we honestly have not fully tapped into yet. The US Latino market is one of the fastest growing markets in the United States. So I would recommend all of you like look to see how can you expand your reach? How can you start to create relationships and communities beyond what you look like yourself? So the US Latino is an amazing community. And honestly, the Chinese community, we have not tapped into that at all here in the US and Canada. And so like those two are amazing. Of course, the Filipino community, we have so many communities here in the US that, as you know, as we tap into those communities here, it leads back to their countries at home. And it's just an amazing pathway. But specifically to the US Latino, to make that even stronger, just this last week, we've made a change in management. And we have brought over Carlos, who is our regional director over Latin America. And so we're bringing him in underneath myself. So we now call it the Americas. So we have Canada, North America, and Latin America, all as one, called the Americas. And what we really believe is this is going to be able to help us work so much more closely together because the US, Latino, and Mexico markets are just they work like this. And so if we are working together, we're talking, we're training, we have the similar systems, we're talking the same language, then we can help all of you to really lean into those markets and be more powerful. So as you're working on 10x in your vision, as you're working on your next 90-day game plan and your plan to PXP, please put that down. Put that on your vision board. How do you expand your current business beyond what you look like today? How can you
Mhm.
create relationships? How can you create inroads to other communities who are different than yourself?
So love that. Katie, you have time for one more question?
Yes.
Okay. Personal note. You are a high performing individual. You're running around the world. You're leading an incredible company. Um, and yet you somehow find a way to keep priorities priorities. I love how you are with Derek and your family and with your relationships. What are some tips that you can give to us to make sure that we can drive and actually achieve goals? Because you're absolutely a results driven individual, but also to make sure that we don't lose sight of what's important to us in the time as well too.
So, just like we could talk for a whole hour on this one, so I'm only going to give it 2 minutes today. But, um, the struggle is real, right? Oh, y'all, it's hard to do everything, and to do everything well, I think is impossible. Um, so it's an ongoing commitment. I love the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. You've probably read it, but the importance of setting daily habits and discipline. I've also learned that from John Wadsworth. John Wadsworth is a disciplined human being. He's consistent. Like that is really honestly one of his best superpowers is consistency. And what happens over time is that those little baby habits, they're just baby. Like it's like, hey, put your tennis shoes next to your bed in the morning and put them on the very first thing. Because guess what? That's going to inspire you to actually go do that walk that you committed to yesterday. And you felt really good about it yesterday, but this morning you're like, don't want to do my walk, right? Don't want to lift those weights. So for me, it's about the habits that you do every single day. And I'm consistently resetting those habits, James, because I think like all of us will we go on the road for 3 weeks or we have something, we have some major projects at work and we get out of balance. And so I've just come back. I was in Australia with James, Korea and Canada. And so now I'm back. I'm actually in Colorado today, but back at home for a little bit here. Derek was able to go with me.
Mm.
So incorporating family whenever you can is just a blessing. I've been able to have my kids travel with me. Derek's traveled with me a ton, especially as a mom. And I'm very, very what's the word? Well, it's near and dear to my heart. Like when I see moms show up and their kids are like in the room with them, the kids are like passing out the flyers or they're pouring juice or whatever. Um, I get it. Because if we can incorporate our kids or our spouse or our partner, then they can start to see like, oh, this is why mom's gone. This is what she's doing. And guess what? There's actually people at those meetings that appreciate mom or dad. Because our kids are like, oh, you're just mom. So definitely incorporating the family in. And then I think too, just having those committing when you have those moments, like committing to some of that time. I'm a huge partnership person. I've been married to Derek for 32 years. I absolutely love him. And relationships are commitment. It's why I like Partner Co. We have a vested interest in partnering together. It doesn't mean it's easy. It's a growth path. And like, what's better than not being in a growth path? So, James and Becky and I, we have different opinions, but guess what? We get to partner. We get to have crucial conversations and say, why do you think it should go this way? I think it should be this. We don't always agree, but that's part of what we do in partnership with each other. And I would just say, James, I'm very committed to that with my kids, with my husband. It's never an option. No is not an option. Opting out is not an option. And
Mm.
it doesn't mean we're happy every day. Doesn't mean I do my workouts every day. I can tell you that's one of my major goals this year is exercise, health and fitness for myself. And some weeks I'm right on the money. I do it really well. And some weeks I fell. So I'm just a human being like all of you.
So appreciate that. Pre-decide, pre-commit, and then you figure out along the way. That's what I hear.
James,
Katie,
one thing as we
yeah.
wrap up, I just want to have appreciation. James was on the road with us in Australia, and you guys probably saw his little kangaroo backpack, front pack. Um, James had that thing on like everywhere he went over there, and we were all just like, "Oh my gosh, man, he's missing baby Jaden and Becky." But James, you were such an amazing partner in Australia. His messages on stage, you guys, you would have been so proud of him. He and Crystal, when they were up there, I had like tears in my eyes because, first of all, yeah, they're both growing a team there, but they were so unselfish, like willing to give everything of themselves. James spoke on mindset, super powerful for the people in that room. And then James and Crystal spoke on the system, and as Australia is just starting to embrace the system over there, and they're nervous. They're learning, they're growing. And so what did James and Crystal do? As they finished their speech, they're like, okay, we're just doing it. We're gonna do the first call. We're setting it up. We're getting everyone on the call. And you guys, I can't tell you how powerful that was, right, James?
Yeah.
So many people came to that call because they stepped into their own leadership. They knew what the market needed. And this is part of the reason why Partner Crow is growing so fabulously is because we have true partnership around the world. Our leaders step in, our leaders see where there's a gap and they step in. It doesn't matter if it's their team or not. They're willing to show grace. And we feel that. We know that. And it makes us all want to do the same in return. So thank you so much, James. Thank you, Becky, for giving up, James. And just again, I have so much appreciation for this team. You guys are a powerful team. You have phenomenal leadership, and we have high expectations of you. I want you to know that. We talk about you always as we have, sorry, my last thing, and I do have to go. I got to run to this event, but we have a founders club, as you know. But also we've created something in North America. We don't talk about it a lot, but it's called our executive club. And that is our Founders Club plus James and Becky, because we currently don't have Founders Club members, new ones. John and Darren are not bringing on new Founders Club members, but James and Becky have such a powerful team in this market. Their they need a seat at the table. And so it was so amazing when John and Darren said, "Oh, absolutely." And when I was able to call them and invite them to that, and they add so much wisdom and intelligence. And so you need to know your voice is heard they have a seat at the table, and we just love this whole team.
Thank you, Katie. We love you guys. There's tons of love for Katie. Literally, she's gonna jet out there to handle an event. So thank you. And we take the baton and we'll absolutely run with it. So appreciate it.
Okay. So we want so many new senior officers at PXP. That is our goal. So whether you are gonna, develop senior office or hit it, this is our charge to you, James and Becky, is let's work together in helping your team. We want people earning that six-figure income. We want people to be able to quit their jobs, do Partner Co full time, and that really is where it's at, that paid as senior officer. So excited to celebrate all of you on this journey.
Message heard. Got it. Thank you, Katie.
All right, guys, have a great Saturday. Take
Bye-bye.
care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
My goodness. Ah, how amazing is Katie, right? Put a word in the comments that describes maybe how you feel from her. She's definitely cool, absolutely giving. I mean, that's exactly who she is inside and out. Blessed, genuine, connected. Eric's so excited he can't come up with the word. Big heart, fantastic, generous, genuine, authentic, and awesome, right? And sincere for sure. Like that's the type of leadership we have at the helm of Partner Co. And I think it's so important to really understand that because you're all putting in your life to this, right? Whether it's an hour a day, 2 hours a day, whatever that is, whenever you can. But if we want to do something significant that could be multi-generational, that can really impact our children, our children's children, and our communities, we need to make sure, like, is the ship safe? Can I not just trust where it's going, but can I trust the people in charge as well too? And I hope that what you feel is, wow, Katie's the type of person that I love to be around more. Katie's the type of person I love my family to be around more. Like I feel safe bringing my whole family into this journey, right? I feel safe bringing my friends and communities because every single one of us, that's what we're doing all day, right? You're putting your reputation on the line, talking about some amazing products, but also talking about this community. And I truly believe in the last couple of years, one huge X factor that's come in Partner Co that will attribute to more success for every single one of you. Took your son to Destin. Yeah, Chris, your son was amazing, right? And he loved it. Like it really is the intangible. You can have great founders, you can have a great comp plan, you can have great systems, and you can have great products. You know, one thing that is hard to create is a great culture. That is something, if you think about the difference of Apple versus, sorry, Android. I have an Android now, by the way, Joanne. So there's a difference of Apple versus Android feel, right? There's a difference of other companies of a brand like a Nike, for example. There's a culture that comes with these things. And the true big movements that happen in society are when there's a culture that people just want to be a part of. And my encouragement to everybody here is to lean into that culture. I know who here is grateful that you're a part of something like this right now. Put a me in the comments below if that's the case. You know, so we heard our orders from headquarters from Katy, and let me just tell you how I think, and then I'll invite you to think along this way as well too. When we said yes to Partner Co, we had just come out of a place that we were very hurt. We had disappointments. We had a lot of fear. We didn't know what to expect in the future. And we're like, should we really do something like this or not? And if we do, like, what does it mean to do something? Like, we're the types of people that when we say yes, it's like long-term married status. Like me and Becca are the types that we've never said the word divorce in our life. And that's how we treat our relationships with you. That's how we treat our business with you. That's how we treat our partnership with Partner Co, right? Like there is, when we say yes, it's like we're like all in type of a thing. And when we came to the table and we had a chance to meet someone like Katy, John, Darren, and we see what Partner Co is all about. There's a lot, let's be real. There's a lot of things that are not solved. We're a young company, right? There's a lot of problems still to this day. You should see what's on corporate's plates. It's crazy. But the foundation was there. And we're like, you know what? If we're going to say yes, we're not just going to say yes as, you know, being a part of it. But I wanted to say yes at a bigger level. And this is my challenge to you. And I want to empower you and encourage you with this. In a movie, there's the A-list players, and then there's the B-cast roles. The B cast are the ones that are in the background. They're the ones that fill in. They're the ones that don't have a line to say, which are super important, by the way. Super important. We need that as well, too. But I was scratching my head thinking, can I be an A-list player in this game? And why would I want to do that? Well, that comes with a lot of privileges. That comes with a lot of benefit. That comes with not only just success, but also impact and like purpose and significance and fulfillment. But it takes a lot to say that, wow, to be committed at that level, like that's a scary thing to do. But when we saw what was here at the table, we made a decision, just like what Joanne said and Katy said, that I want to be an A-list player here. I want to be considered a partner by the company. I want to lean in. I want to help others. I want to see what amazing things can we truly do together, which means that you do have to have a healthy self-image. It's challenging, right? To say, I want to be an A-list player because maybe you're used to being in the background like I have been for many, many years. But I said, why not here? Why not really put my flag in the sand? And through thick and thin, through ups and downs, we're going to figure out a way out. And I'm telling you this, the secret to success, I'm going to do a Breakfast of Champions call later this week, and I'll touch on this topic again. But if you want to have your seat at this table, it's open, guys. This is a place, it doesn't matter your race. It doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter your level of success in the past or not. It doesn't matter any of your previous history. This is an absolute equal playing field where if you bring your goals and your dreams and your aspiration to the table and you're willing to just commit and be a partner in what we're all doing, there's no reason why you cannot also have a seat at this table as well too. As Katy said that to us, I say that to each and every single one of you because, I mean, $50 billion in US is a market, $300 billion in the world. We're doing as a company maybe $300 million a year. That means that there's many billions left to go. So there's plenty of space for opportunities here. So my invitation to each and every single one of you today is this: from what you see in Partner Co., are you willing to lean in and grab your seat at the table that is rightfully yours? Right? If you are, put a 100 in the comments below. It's a mental decision. Now you're like, well, what does that mean? I'll explain. But like, it's this identity shift. It's like, I'm going to be something here. I am something here. Not for recognition. Like Katy talked about this executive club thing. That is not we don't want it's a responsibility, right? It's a service. It's it's work, but we want to, because we know the type of impact. And of course, there's always results. Of course, there's always income and influence and all that comes with it as well too. But true leadership is saying, I'm going to take my ownership here and responsibility, and let's go lean in for my communities, my family, my friends, my team, and everything. All right. So here's what I would encourage. How do you lean in? This is what I do. I consider Partner Co. my partner. I hope you guys consider both the company your partner and then your team, your leadership, and everything your partner. When I'm a partner with someone, their goals become my goals. With my wife, Becky, her goals are my goals. On date night, instead of me watching an action movie, if she wants a rom-com, it's rom-com night. And guys, it's been a rom-com almost every week for the last many years. But that's partnership, isn't it? That's what true responsibility is. Their goals become your own. So when I hear from Katy what Partner Co's goals are, for example, senior officer, who here sees yourself being one of those six-figure plus earners in this company, right? Yeah, give me a wave or put a me. Yes, 100%. She said, step up to the table. Why not, Sarah? Why not, Lisa? Why not, Donna? Absolutely. We have a blueprint of success to be able to do that. So I would put that on a vision board. If you're not yet there, I'd be obsessed. Like, what does that mean? How do I do that? Like, that is a very, very big target, right? So I would step up into that table and just, you already rose your hand. Awesome. Now let's make those forward steps. Number two, when I think about partnership, I think, well, what's Partner Co's goals? One big thing Partner Co is big on is really an event culture. That's something that is really hard to find, but we have a fabulous event culture. Who here's already been to any in-person Partner Co event of any type, right? Whether it was Destin or PXP, or maybe you went to, I know they were just in Calgary or Australia. Like, yeah, there's something different, isn't there, about Partner Co events? Like, it's really cool. It's not just another event. It's like, it is the best business event I've ever been to out of all events. You know, so when they say PXP, we're going to have 6,000 people in Dallas, Texas. What is taking ownership and responsibility? How do you step in the table? Of course, go. Like, that's a no-brainer, right? If you don't have your ticket, grab your ticket. Okay. So absolutely do that. Be there in person, like be in the space, right? But not just that, but partners are ones that they make this their goal and they say, how many people am I going to bring? Right? Got your ticket. Yeah, if you did get a ticket, put a 1 in the comments. If you already got your ticket, congratulations, guys. Making those leader moves. But taking it a step further, a B-list character makes it to the set. An A-list character, they are engaged in the set. So what Partner Co is looking for are, yes, those to come. They don't just want an attendee. They don't just want a butt in the chair. They want people that are influencers. They want people that are partners in this, saying how many people we're going to bring. In my mind, I have 1,000 people in my mind in our team. I have no idea how that's going to happen. I have no idea where they're going to come from. We've never, ever done that before. Have Roombox open up? I think so. Yeah. Check the partners groups. We have all the details in the featured section. But how many people are you and your team going to be at this PXP? Right? Really start to think, start to envision that, start to imagine that. A lot can happen from now until September. Like that's like 5 whole months. That's, you could do a lot in 5 months. I've seen teams of hundreds get started just within a couple of months. How does it happen? The decision comes first, right? Anne said, I'm going to bring 10. Awesome. I would recommend 10 minimum. 10 minimum. Like that'd be amazing. When Becky first got started in network marketing, she was a broke college student. In her first convention, 3 months after she got started, she brought 20 people, broke college students, to make a trip out to the convention. So you can do a lot within a couple of months. Okay, so really start to think about that. How many people are we going to represent? Who's my tribe, right? My team. Like you're part of the greater team, yeah, but your team. Okay, put these words in the comments. My team. My team. A healthy ownership, right? Like who's my team? Who am I responsible for? Who am I accountable for? Who's going to be the one that looks like I do to Katy, that looks to you like that? Diane, who's in your team? Sunny, who's in your team? Cynthia, who's in your team? Speaking of Cynthia, by the way, she's going to be teaching us how to line dance. So Cynthia, tell us real quick, what are some things you have been selected as someone that's going to help teach us all how to dance? But what are the things that we can expect? For some reason, you're not on video on my side. You just popped off. Let me know if you're there or not. I just lost her. Literally right when I put her up, she's there. I just can't hear. Okay, gotcha. Cynthia, can you hear us all right? Feel free to mute yourself. You see her? Okay. I'm going to unspotlight and respotlight here. Give me a second. She's frozen. Ah, got it. Well, that's convenient, isn't it? Anyhow, she is committed. She's already lined up like 5+ dances to teach all of us. So, and if you don't know, she is literally like a ballroom professional dancer, and she teaches others as well too. So everyone going to PXP, we're going to have a lot of fun there. Okay. So with that, all right. Yeah. Well, we'll have her up another time as well too. So boots on the ground is one of them, Pam. Yeah. Joanne asked that question. So awesome. So be sure to do that. Other thing, partnering with us. One thing that our team has been charged with is pioneering events and our trips. So we have this whole retreat to Punta Cana, which many of you are making progress to. I know that Pam Middleton just qualified at the at a great level. Roxy got another progress. Like I'm seeing so many people that are just getting either qualified or they're on their way. But we want to invite you to participate with us on this whole campaign, whether you can actually go physically or not, like just to be a part of it. So you can learn and to see the things that we're doing together. Laura Kerr qualified. Come on, let's go. So like people are getting onto this, right? We want to pave some games together with us so we can help you play this together. So I encourage you to opt into this, to just put your name in the hat. And there's so much value that's coming. We have a Wednesday mastermind that is well worth the price of admission itself, right? Even if you don't go to Punta Cana, because let's say you have another trip at that time, that mastermind itself is already amazing. And we teach you 6-figure plus stuff on that, okay? So I'd encourage everybody, if you're not yet opted in, come with us. Just put your name in the hat. Be a partner in the things that we're doing, okay? And last but not least, well, what are some things that we can do right now? Well, we do have a big promo. Remember, when corporate throws a promo or throws some money, what do we do? Throw it in the chat if you remember. There's a mantra. that we have, when they throw money at us, what do we take it? Exactly. Take their money. So anything they throw, instantly it becomes a priority to me. And I'm like, all right, I want them to throw more. So let's take advantage of what they have. So in North America specifically, we have a promo by the end of this month. I hope that this team has the biggest burst of new ultimates ever. Ever. It is so big. So if you're not ultimate yet, or your teammates aren't ultimate yet, drive this, leverage this, and everything. We are very good at things like this, guys. Remember, right after the last Connect event, there was a full throttle February event that dealt with enrollments. The highest performer in the entire company came from this camp, Gina Hallmark. She enrolled like 24 new partners in 30 days or something. It was crazy. And she's never done something like this before. Remember also when we had the body balance challenge in corporate, majority of the winners came from this camp. Why? Because we're going to take the prizes. We're going to take the money, right? Same thing with full throttle level up. We kind of have a reputation to live up to now. Who here wants to have a bunch of new people going ultimate in your team so that they can get a free PXP ticket, they can get trip credits, and they can max out their pay, right? So one piece of homework that I would do if you haven't yet, if you're not ultimate, make a commitment and decision and say, I'm going ultimate. Talk to your mentor coach and be like, how do I do that? Lori worked with a teammate to get her to ultimate. Exactly. And that's how you also qualify for Punta Cana. Help someone go ultimate, right? So number one, this is your opportunity if you're not yet ultimate. Number two, are you going through your team and saying who's not ultimate that needs to go ultimate? That in itself, if you focus on that in April, if we did that together, this would be the biggest month ever. It's already a great month. It's going to be massive. But that simple strategy, we need partners to look throughout the field and be like, who do I need to pull up? Who needs to be on this? Because this opportunity will not come again. I've never seen corporate do anything like this. You get 2 for 1. You get ultimate and you get a PXP ticket. What? And remember, if you sponsor 3 people that go ultimate, or you help 3 that are existing upgrade to ultimate and you sponsor them, you also get a free PXP ticket too. So that is a simple game plan for April. You do that with everything else. Just watch in the next 5 months how your life, your business, and everything transforms. All right, everyone. Other than that, super proud of you. Honored to partner with each and every single one of you. There's a reason why you're on this call right now for such a time as this. And it's truly an honor to be able to do some amazing things together. All right. I can't wait to see Katy at PXP with her 1,000 people, with all of you. And I can't wait for you to tell her the story directly on what happened since this call till theirs will too. All right, guys. Other than that, have a blessed weekend. Let's crush it. And we'll see you guys later. All right. Feel free to mute yourself. Have a blessed one. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Yay.
Thank you.